Yo, real quick, I wanted to show this off. So, just got a package from Summit. Ordered this the other day. This is the first time mentioning my Cavalier. So, I'm doing a full exhaust from the heads to where I do a side pipe. Which I think the tip is outside. Anyways, this is my OBX Racing mid-length header. This is not what I got today. Anyways, the specs, got these thick flanges. It's real nice. Came with this, a flange, bolts, everything you need. So these primaries are 1.5. Yeah, they're 1.5 inches each. Okay. Collector is 3 inches. This I'm not happy about because it goes down to 2.25, and I'm doing 2.5 throughout the entire thing. So ordered this baby, 3-inch outer right here for the knuckle joint, then 2.5, and then it goes out to, it bells out to accept 2.5, and it mates up perfectly. Lovely. And I guess I should just go over the entire exhaust plan. So, well, my muffler ain't here yet. My speedy equipment muffler. Shout out Tom's Reefer. So I have this high flow cat from Summit. It was like $85. Wonder if, I don't know if the camera was gonna pick that up, but then a vibrant bottle resonator, straight through design. It's just packed fiberglass or whatever all around. Gives you a nice, eliminates rasp, very important, especially with this Ecotec. I do not want to be that raspy guy, and it seems that the Ecotec is a naturally poppy motor, gurgly motor, which is exciting, but a little hesitant. I don't want to be that guy, you know? But this just gives it a nice, deep sound. Anyways, and then I have a Flowmaster Super 10 knockoff. It was $40, but it doesn't matter. It's stainless, sounds the same. I mean, stainless over a freaking, it's just painted black for a Flowmaster. I don't understand. It should sound pretty good all in all. And I can show the tip when I show the Speedy's muffler. Anyways, I wanted to record that right quick. I best document all this. So yeah, I have everything I need. Besides like some of the piping. I don't know if, I think me and my dad are welding it here instead of going to a shop. I don't know, we'll see. But this morning, I also gotta address that this is the legit part 1 of day 1. And for this video, I have this planned. Next, all my bad habits replaced with the good habits I'm doing instead. So, I'll move on. It's probably too loud. Got some background music. That's the plan. And y'all probably need to see it better. Oh yeah, that'll be enough. Ooh. So, let's see if y'all can see good. Yeah. Y'all can read that, hopefully. So, next 100 days. This big deal I'm calling the ultimate reset, because that's what it is. Basically, doing a complete 180, keeping my habit cycles. A habit is just a cue, an action, and then a reward. That's the process of one. And I listed 21 bad habits, and then what I'm gonna do to replace that habit that's good, building me instead of breaking me. Starting with, of course, sexual immorality. It's gotta stop. I've already addressed it before. No excuses. Call it what it is. If you are single, it is online fornication. If you are married, it's online adultery. There are spiritual consequences. People in there are most likely human traffic. All this, it's just never, you can never be able to justify it, all right? It's not good. It's not natural. You shouldn't be just alone with yourself and using your hand. It's not natural. Stop it. So instead of this, putting my sexual energy into workouts. And obviously waking up early is really helping with like waking up all bricked up and stuff, you know. And then moving on, consumption. I've also already addressed this. I'm trying to be quick with this one. So YouTube and Rumble, consuming content, spending hours on it, just looking at other people's lives, and getting my information from it, basically. So instead, I'm gonna commit to start reading again. Right now, Start With Why by Simon Sinek, of identifying my whys so that I'm more focused, more driven, and I can just identify whys outside myself and get a clear, it's not like looking for motivation, but like you got to know your reason, and you have to remind yourself of your reason, or you're just gonna start coasting and get all comfortable in a way. And then after that, gaming is just completely wasting time. Instead of that, work on copywriting. Now I have to admit, after breakfast, I got mad sleepy and I decided to set a timer for an hour and take a nap. And then that ended up being like 3.5 hours. Not gonna lie. But I kind of needed it. And it's helping with this video, definitely. A bit more cognitive horsepower going on through my mind right now. Then, just like I said, consuming other people's lives, their like car builds, and having that as my entertainment. Instead of being a consumer, be a producer. And that's why I'm doing 2 vids every day for the next 100 days. Then music consumption, I just have this music going on for the background of the video. But instead of music consumption, podcast while eating. And what's funny about music is when I woke up after this nap, I naturally had that cue to start just playing music, listening to music, jamming out. When it's a waste of time, and it's similar to grabbing your phone and just scrolling. So right now, I don't know, y'all should be able to see the 7 habits of highly effective people. That's what I pick it back up on. Now, instead of staying inside for the most part, I mean, I do go outside for sure because my dog. The goal is to sprint 6 times daily because human growth hormone (771% increase in HGH levels. And to mention back to that time in January of last year, 2023, I was basically doing a basketball game during second period every day. And I grew like an inch in that 5-week span. So I was bulking, I was working out, and I was doing like cardio basically. And doing sprints basically. I was definitely increasing my human growth hormone. So instead of sleeping in and going to bed late, which tomorrow I gotta stay. Listen, I stayed up all night. I needed some rest, okay? Cut me some slack. I made day 1 hard. Definitely felt like I was fasting for like 2 days. It was a very similar feeling. So instead of sleeping in, being disciplined with optimized sleep, waking up at 6, going to bed at 9:30, no blue light for at least an hour and a half. Also helping with sleep, no sugar and overly processed crap. Track my calories, and yeah, I was supposed to make this video while having my protein shake, but I have to do that after. Then, going through the motions, just la-di-da, no plans. Instead, planning every day the night prior, keeping on top of it. I got Notion here for it. I can just do this every single day. Then, getting caught up in the world, that's very bad. Can't do that. That's how you end up relapsing. So instead, building a relationship, prayer, worship, getting in the Word, not just daily, but starting your day with it, giving Him your first and your best. At least, you should be praying and everything, all that, throughout the day. Then, instead of starting a project and leaving it, starting and finishing a task. Okay, having a cluttered environment. I cleaned my room a decent bit last night while being stayed up. 2 a.m. energy, you feel me? Organization with purpose. And that also includes my PC. So also having the blocked. So if I try to go on Rumble, it redirects me or YouTube. And I already have a shortcut so I can go to my channel. Because I'm being a producer, not a consumer. Okay, instead of... Oh, yeah. So normally, when I'm undisciplined, I do like a 10 to 15 minute hot shower every night. Usually. And then instead of that, dual cold showers twice a day. One after my workout in the morning, and then one in the evening after 6 sprints around. It sucks, but it builds the discipline, and it's become part of this, like, either I feel like I'm half doing it if I'm not doing cold showers nowadays. That's what it's become. So, instead of being prideful, leaving divine and end up relapsing, stay connected to the Lord, grow in relationship with Him. Not just walk in freedom, get prideful, start abandoning the process, and then end up relapsing. That's not what we're doing. Then, staying up at night. I'm a single child, bro. Not a single child. What do you say? Only child. Yeah. I just be unpacking thoughts and making whole like visions in my brain, just sitting in bed before I sleep. So instead of doing that, during that at least an hour and a half of time without blue light, I'll be journaling, unpacking those thoughts, and it'll give me mental clarity. Definitely should have kept journaling, and that would have helped me do something like this sooner. So, instead of living in comfort, not taking risk, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, taking risk. This whole thing is a risk for me. Copywriting is a risk. Being against the grain from people around me. All of this is a risk. But I don't want to live like them. So, instead of wearing pajamas and hoodies throughout the day, dressing as if I were in public. Right now, I'm wearing black sweats and a hoodie, which isn't too far off, but I did have that. I was wearing that the dress, I guess trousers, the gray trousers with the black belt, and then that most expensive shirt I own ever, and a $50 shirt I got at the mall. Crazy expensive for me, kind of. So, not planning ahead. Instead, gonna build goals, a lifestyle, and future according to God's standards and principles. Instead of letting the footholds and bad habits form, every night evaluate what I did wrong that day and doing better the next day. You gotta call it out. You can't just let it slip and let the devil get a foothold, you know? You just gotta address it, sever the truth from the lie, whatever it is. Get in your word and repair. That's what it is. It's spiritual warfare, all right? It's a constant battle. Then, instead of just spending and saving money later to spend it, I've had a few grand saved up, but it's just like for spending on my Cavalier and get that on the road. That's what that reserve is for. So instead of that, tithing consistently, of course, giving God your first and your best, because he gave his first and best. Jesus coming down on the cross for you and me to have a relationship with him and having a chance towards heaven, because we're sinners. We do not deserve it. What we deserve and what is fair would be us going to hell. But Jesus didn't want that, and he gave us the opportunity through his death. And now we have the Holy Spirit. And then, besides tithing, investing 20%. Now, this is ambitious, but I got to start building my credit. And when I'm around 21, I want to buy my first rental property. Property to clean up a bit and have like tenants. Have some depreciation going on, all those benefits. It's good stuff. Well, it's building equity, of course, and a bit of side income. Plus, you get tax relief. And then, yeah, last thing, I jotted this down real quick when I thought of it. But you got soft hands, my boy. You have gotta build that bone density. You gotta be prepared in case of a physical altercation. So, I want to implement shadow boxing, knuckle training, punch and sand, you know, building this calluses, just getting the bone density up, like an elbow trees or whatever. Knees will be simple, shins will be, I gotta figure out something for shins. I ain't just gonna kick bark for the start. I need like a padding. I'll figure it out though. But that's, real quick, that's everything here. This is what I'm implementing the next 100 days, placing all the bad, all the good. I recommend you do the same. List out every single thing you know is a bad habit. Scrolling, okay? Wasted time, not being in your word, not doing the right thing, or addressing just something you know is just plain wrong. You don't need to be doing that, okay? Just list them out. And you got to replace that old habit with a new habit. You can't just abandon that system. Your mind is going to seek dopamine through that. So you're kind of running away from something you can't run away from in a way, which obviously supernaturally God heals and redeems. But through a scientific and logistical perspective, you replace the old habit with a new habit. And why 100 days? 100 days, just a perfect number to turn a habit to the new norm. Your new habits that form you, your new identity, basically. And yeah, I have to somehow yap twice a day and find something to yap about. But yeah, that's part one. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see y'all in a bit. Y'all have a good one. God bless. God loves you. Bye.